Hello! Today in the lesson we will look at several examples in which we will apply the algorithm of multiplication of decimals. But first, we will remember how to multiply decimal fractions. The first example in which we need to multiply 9.3 by 1.7 tenths. We recall that when multiplying decimals with a Tolbic, we do not pay attention to the dot. So when we write down 9.3, I multiply by 1.7, I don't pay attention to the position of our point. I mean, it may not be on the same line. The most important thing is that on the right-hand side, I have the numbers underneath the numbers. Okay, now we start multiplying. 7 I multiply by 3, that's 21. 1 I write down, 2 I memorize. 7 I multiply by 0, that's 0. But I memorize 2, so 0 plus 2, that would be 2. 7 times 9, that would be 63. Next, we have no numbers to multiply by, so I write down 63. Next, I perform multiplication by 1, shifting. 1 times 3, that would be 3. 1 times 0, that would be 0, and 1 times 9, that would be 9. And now I'm adding 1 plus 0, that's 1. 2 plus 3, that's 5. 3 plus 0, that would be 3. And 6 plus 9, that would be 15. Next, the last step I have to take in order to get the correct answer. I go back to my example and count the number of digits after the dot. There are 2 signs in this number once, and 1 sign in the second number once. 2 signs and 1 more sign, that's 3 signs. I go back to my answer and I start counting from the right side. So this is where I'm standing. 1, 2, 3. And I put a dot, the result is the answer is 15.1. 351. 1,000. And that's all you need to know. And do when multiplying decimals. Now let's look at another example in which we will multiply decimal fractions and add. So 2 whole, 3 decimals times 0.5 tenths. We need to add 1.83. Let's do the action. According to the rules of the order of operations, the first action is multiplication if there are no parentheses. The second action is addition. So I need to multiply 2.3 times 0.5. Multiply. 5 times 3 is 15. Write 5, memorize 1. 5 times 2 is 10. And the 1 we had to memorize gives us 11. We will not multiply by 0, because when we multiply by 0, we get 0. We count the number of decimal places after our dot, 1 and 2. So I separate the 2 decimal places and leave them after the dot. The result is 1.15. Now 1.15 plus 1.83. In this case, the dot is below the point. Add it up. 5 plus 3 would be 8. 1 plus 8 is 9. Point. 1 plus 1 is 2. The result is 2.98 hundredths. So today we have analyzed more examples in which we multiplied decimal fractions and also remembered the algorithm for adding decimal fractions. At the next lesson, we will continue to perform operations with decimals. And that's all for today. Goodbye. See you again.